So we're just going to start with a little warm up first. Let's start with your feet about hip distance apart. Relax through the arms, relax through the shoulders. So if you have a wee bit of a, if you're not sure how wide your hips are, because when you say feet hip distance to women, they always do this and stand really wide. So take the heel towards the instep, and where your toes are, just turn the foot round, and that should be where your hip bones come directly under, your feet come directly underneath the hip bones here, regardless of anything else that's going on. So let the body weight just move forwards and back slightly. So you're feeling the body weight transfer into the balls of the feet and then into the heels. And you want to be somewhere in between as you do that. So you don't want to be pushing back too far, you don't want to be pushing forwards too far, but just get that equal balance. And then just have a wee think about what's happening at the knees. Are they locked out? Try and make sure that they're soft. Not like that you're bending into a squat position, but just so that you're keeping the joints slightly bent. And I want you to think about the tailbone. So tuck the tailbone under as far as you can, and then push it back as far as you can. And then do that again. So tucking it all the way under, and then pushing it all the way back. So you're going to your furthest point, point A, and then the furthest point there in point C, and you want to try to make that smaller and get somewhere in between, and that should be what we would refer to as your neutral spine or your neutral pelvis. So you want to try and get the tailbone pointing down towards the floor rather than pointing behind you, and locking out through the knees as well. Relaxing through the arms. Don't think about drawing the shoulders back, because then we kind of squeeze the shoulder blades and we're forcing the chest open. So just think about what your shoulder blades are doing. Try and drop the shoulder blades down the back as opposed to squeezing them together. So think about just letting them lower downwards towards the rib cage. And that's you in your starting position. We're going to start with the arms. So taking the arms up, open them out to the side, then bring it back to centre and down. So we're working through 5 exercises today for your fitness Pilates. We're starting standing, so we're doing some leg work, and then we'll come down and do some work on the floor for the abdominals and the obliques, and then we're going to roll over, do some work for your back, and then come over again and do some work for the glutes, the hamstrings and the lower back as well. So we're just getting a wee bit of retraction through the shoulders to warm up those postural muscles there, and let's go for one more. This time you're going to keep the arms nice and wide. Let's reach the arm up and then down. So you've got a slight side bend, just bringing the hand up above the head. And then once you start to feel a wee bit more mobile, you can move one side over to the other side to really get moving into the lumbar spine, into that lower back. There we go. Lovely, lovely. So one side and then to the other. Let's go for 2 more. And then one more. Keeping the arms nice and wide, you're just going to rotate to one side and then back to centre. Take it to the other side and back to centre. So remember, we're still warming, so you're not going too far in that rotation. Not too far, not too far. Good, let's go for 2 more. Last one. And then from there, place the hands onto the hips. You're going to lift one knee up and then down, other knee comes up and then down. So you're starting to move into the hip joint, warming up the hip flexors a little and getting the glutes moving at the same time. So, balance. Up and then down. Up and then down. Let's go for 2 more. Last one. And then you're going to lift this knee and open out to the side. So this leg comes up first. Make sure you're balanced, lifting the knee up, open out, bringing it back into centre and then down. So lifting just knee up to about hip height, open out through that hip joint and down. So lift, then open, taking it down and back. If you're well balanced or you like a challenge, you can add the arms at the same time. So up, then out, then in and down. If that's absolutely no problem, if you're bossing that, you can close your eyes and try it. Just again for more challenge. Just make sure there's nothing around you that you can fall into. Last one. Take the right foot, let's tap it out in front. So tap forwards, then sides, then back, then sides. Forwards, then sides, then back, then sides. So we're just warming up the glutes a wee bit more, getting some more movement into the hips into that pelvis. Last one, forwards, sides, back, and then swap legs. So remember that standing leg is always bent. Sides, then back, and side. Oh, balance. Forwards, then sides, then back, then side. Again, 2 more. Forwards, then sides, then back, and side. Last one. She's counting down as well, which I just realised is probably confusing for you. Bring the chin down towards your chest, let the shoulders come forwards and curl through the spine. So you're just letting the fingers stay nice and close to the legs, coming all the way down until you feel the stretch in the hamstrings and releasing through the lower back. Take your time rolling back up. So think of the spine as sections. So the lower back first, and then curl through the mid part of your back. Uncurl through the shoulders, and then make sure the head comes up last. We'll do that once more. Now if you have any type of disc herniation, slip disc, you would only come down to a point that you start to feel a little bit of a niggle wherever that disc has the issue. So you wouldn't fold all the way down towards the floor. That's this. Curl up, roll shoulders back, and then lifting up through the chin. Well done. Shaking off the legs. Okay, we'll start without the ball, and then we can add the ball in for your second set. I'm just going to start this again so that my mind can work. It's going to be a slow lunge. So you're stepping back, dropping that knee down to the floor, bringing it back in, and then up. So step, then drop, come up and back in. Do the same leg. Step, then drop, and up, and in. So you're balancing, yeah? There, up, and then in. So pushing through that front heel. If you want to, you can lift that knee at the top as well. Just to get a wee bit more single leg work, which focuses on quads, glutes, and your core. This is your last one. Then we're going to swap over to the other side. Step, then drop, bringing it up, and in. So start and finish with your feet about hip distance apart for this one. And try and get that knee as close to the floor as you can. If you can get it to touch, then fab. Don't worry if you don't know. Bringing it up and in. Perfect. Last one. And lift. Excellent. Give the legs a wee shake. Let's come down. Yeah. Come down onto the floor. I was going to do 3 sets of that in one, but I've changed my mind. So lying yourself all the way back, making sure your head is centre, so you might want to take your bobble out. You're doing one leg coming up, and then you've got the other leg coming up. You've got a little bit of a space between the knees and between the feet. So your first move, you're going to drop the foot down towards the floor, just taking your time. Arms are here, keep the arms long, and that's as far as the knees come in. So take the foot out, and then in. Let's do the same leg. So we'll do same side for the first half, and then we'll swap to do the other side. So you're just tapping the toe down towards the floor, and then lifting up. So when your knees are in this position, you should feel a pull across the abdominal muscles. If you don't, move the knees a wee bit further away. If you feel it across your back, bring the knees closer, because it's more the abdominals we want to work here, rather than feeling the pressure on the back. Good. Do one more there. And then we're going to swap over to the other side. So take your time, exhale as you go down. Oh, we never done the breath at the start, I've just remembered. Exhale down. Taking your time, coming back up. And again, slowly down and back up. If you find that the legs get a bit tired, you can do this with one foot on the floor as well. Should have told you that about a minute ago. Down and then lift. Well done. From there, roll to your side and bring yourself up to sit. So you're going to have your knees bent, you've got your feet together and your knees together, and this is where this is one of the moves that everyone always prefers the ball. So if you've got a ball, you can do it straight away. Pop it under as if you're trying to sit on it, and then you're leaning back. If you've not got the ball, and you'll use a cushion instead, or you can just sit here. I'll do it without, just to show you first, and then I'll show you how to do it with. So you're pulling one elbow back. So it's bow and arrow, elbow coming down towards the floor, and then coming back up. Same arm, so down, and then up. And again, if you're using that ball there, it just gives you a wee bit more support through the lumbar spine. And forwards. Good. Taking your time. come down, and then up. Let's go for one more. So this is all level 1 of your exercises. Let's swap it to the other side this time. So down and up. On the second round, we'll add on the intensity a wee bit more if you want to. Remember, if you're doing it without, it's fine. Elbow pulling back towards the floor, and you've got a little bit of a curve going on through that spine as well. 2 more, out and in, and then last one. Okay, from there, take yourself over onto your tummy. We're going to do it again, single arm work, so let me turn this way. You've got your legs straight, your feet flat on the floor, and you want the palms lying down with the forearms as well. So the elbows are out quite wide. Can you see me all right? I'll move back a wee bit. So your elbows are quite wide, and you want your elbow in line with the shoulder, rather than up here, rather than down here. So try and get it straight out to the side. Eyes are going to look down once you know what the move is, and you're going to lift one arm first. So one arm lifts, up, then down. So up, then down, up, and then down. And you're just trying to lift that elbow, keeping the forearm and the palm parallel to the floor as you do this one. And I want your head looking downwards. You can even rest your head down. I'm just turning so you can hear me. Up, and then down. So ideally, I want you down here. Well done. Swap it to the other side this time. So lift and then lower. This one's really good for posture, especially with being stuck at desks for longer than what you normally would. Thinking about forearm and your palm coming parallel to the floor as you do this one. So lift and then lower, lift and lower. So it's up and down, it's not forwards and back, so you're not drawing the elbow backwards towards the heels and the knees. Well done. Rolling yourself over to do your bridge. So this is your last in the combinations, and then we'll go back to the start. So take your time coming down. You want a wee space in between the knees. If you've got that pillow, cushion, ball, whatever it is you're using, pop it in between the knees and give the knees a little squeeze as well. Hands are coming down onto the floor. You're going to be tilting through the pelvis, lifting the bum up, and then slowly coming back down. Press the lower back down to the floor. That's your first point of the move. So you tilt, press down, and then curl the spine up, and then lower. So when you do this, you're not really thinking about coming up really, really high. You're thinking about leading with the pubic bone. You're squeezing the ball with the knees so that the inner thighs are also getting a little bit of work, and the knees are staying aligned with the hips. So your gluteal muscles switch on. It's a good release for the front of the legs, the front of the hips, especially when you're seated. So hip flexor stretching is really important when you're spending more time at your desk, or you're not getting up every 20 minutes, Carol, as we were talking about at the start. Lift, and then lower. Doing that again. So remember, this is your level 1. We will increase it for you as we get on. Exhale, as you come up, inhale. As you come down, exhale, then inhale, once more, exhale, and then inhale. Well done. Taking the ball away, roll yourself over and bring yourself up to stand. We're going back to that lunge again. So you've got the option with the ball this time. You could also do it just with the hands. You're going to start in this position here. We're going back into lunge, so it's going to be a step. I'm just showing you just now, so you don't need to join me yet. So it's going to be a step, then drop, then up, and then in. And as you drop that knee, you can twist as well. Okay, so join me just now. Step, drop, up, then in. Same leg. Step, drop, up, and in. If you're not using the bar, not the bar, because it's not even a bar, your ball, you can do this instead. Oh, and we've got a big gym ball in there as well. Excellent, Miriam. Good arm work as well as leg work. Now, if you really lose the feeling on the legs, then I would go back to doing it without the ball. Let's swap legs now. Take your time. Step, drop, up, then in. So it's all about control. Nice slow movements. Yes, we can do lunges. We can go fast. But when you go slow, it just feels a wee bit different, doesn't it? And you've got the option of that knee lift, I forgot to tell you at the start. There we go. Step, drop, up. Last one.
3, 2, 1.
Perfect. And then relax there. Let's come down to the leg drops. So you're this position here, taking the arms out, knees come in line with, knees come up towards the heel of the hand. You can do this with the ball under your bum, not under the curve of your lower back, but just under your bum. One leg comes up, the other leg comes up, a little bit wobbly, a little space in between the knees, and then let's start with one foot. So drop, down, and up. Again, same side, down, and up. That's it. You can lift the arms if you still need that guidance. You require a little bit more balance when you lift the arms off the floor. You've also got the option of having the arms up and going with opposite arm coming over the head as you lengthen that leg out. Just again adding a little bit more upper body, a little bit more challenge for the abdominals.
Halfway there.
Last one, and then let's swap over to the other side. We've done one extra, so we need to do one extra on the other side just to make sure we're balanced. Sorry, taking it out. Oh, I'm on the wrong leg, aren't I? Yep, and then back in. So same leg for every rep, but the other leg for what we've done before. Oh, I'm confusing you now. Back in, 2 more, just to get that extra one in. Well done. Last one, out, and then back in. Pop the feet down, remove the ball, and then roll yourself over, coming onto your fronts. Oh no, we're not, we're in the bow and arrow. Bow and arrow, bow and arrow. I forgot to put these ones back to back. So you can tuck that ball in as if you're kind of half sitting on it, and you expect it just to pop away. Feet flat on the floor, a little space between the knees and the arms are here. So remember the ball, the cushion, the pillow, whatever you're using is optional. It just gives you that wee bit extra support on the back. So coming down, and then taking your time, coming back up. And again, so remember it's slow and controlled. That's the difference when we do fitness Pilates. It is slow and controlled. Yes, you could do this much faster, but it feels different when you do it slower. And up, good. Inhale, then exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Swap sides. Breathe in, breathing out, and up. You might get that little judder through the abdominal muscles as well as you're coming back up. Good, take your time, breathing in on the way back. Exhale as you come up. Breathe in and out. Almost there, keeping the arms nice and long. Perfect, last one. Inhale, and then exhale, coming up. Leaning forwards, just to give the lower back a little bit of a release. You can straighten the legs, cross the legs, just keep them in the same position. And then we're coming over onto your fronts, so we're onto your tummy. So you're down here. Make sure you can see me. So hands are out nice and wide, forearms on the floor, and as you lift, remember you're keeping the forearms parallel to the floor. Eyes looking downwards, because you know what the move is now. Resting the head down if you can, and lifting up, and then down. Up, and then down. So I'm only turning my head so you can hear me a little bit better. So you're working one arm, and then the other. And what you'll maybe find, which is the reason for kind of doing the single sides, is you can really notice what side is maybe a bit stronger, what side's a bit more mobile, what side you need to work on a wee bit more. One more, let's swap it to the other side.
Halfway there.
So lifting up and then down. Forearms staying parallel to the floor. Lift and lower. Exhale as you lift, if you can coordinate your breath. If not, just make sure you're breathing. Lift and lower. Almost there.
4, 3, 2,
Perfect. Taking your time, bring yourself over, and we're going into your bridge. So again, you've got something in between the knees, so that's going to work the inner thigh muscles. to help strengthen through the hips. Also automatically works, it's connected to the pelvic floor, so you work into the pelvic floor when you do your inner thighs. So a little squeeze there, and we're going to do, you've got two options. So the one we done before was here and down, which is just your regular bridge with both feet on the floor, or you can have one leg lifted and lift it from there. So up and then down, up and then down. So once you're on this single leg bridge, you probably get a lot more work through the glutes. So those gluteal muscles that we sit on all day that are not getting woken up very much, this one really helps to waken them up. Really work and activate there. Also working through the hamstring muscles, working into the lower back as well. If you find it too uncomfortable, please take both feet to the floor. Let's take your time, swapping sides. Extend, lift up, and then down. Lift up, and then down. Pressing that heel down so you really get the glute work. That's it. Remember, if you're on the double, having both feet down is still completely fine. This is just mixing it up a wee bit for you. Pain across the lower back, shooting pains in the pelvis, anything like that, please put both feet down onto the floor instead. Exhale as you're coming up.
3, 2,
Last one. Well done. Take your time, rolling yourself over, coming up to sit, and we're back to the start. Back to the start, back to the start. So again, your option here, same leg, you're stepping it back, you're twisting as you come in, and you can either bring that knee up, or you can bring the foot down, back in to hip distance. Okay? My throat's getting dry.
4,
So arms come out in front. This is your last set. So inhale as you go back. Exhale as you stand. Inhale. Exhale. Really push into that front heel. Inhale. Exhale. And again, well done. So the glutes should be feeling a wee bit more tired. Exhale. Last one. Swap legs this time. I forgot the knee lift. I'll do it this time round. So exhale as you lift that back knee. Inhale. I was ready to go there. Again. Good. Again. Out. Twists. In. Last one. Perfect. Coming down. Back to your leg drops. So with or without the ball, make sure it's under your bum, not under the curve of your lower back. Bringing the hands up, lifting one knee, lifting the other knee. Have your feet a wee bit higher than the knees, and you can either keep the arms there. If you need more balance, pop the arms here, or you can do opposite arm. Hold on. Yep, opposite arm to leg. I had to think about it there. So I'm going to do left leg and right arm. That's just, I'm saying it out loud to remind myself. Exhale, and then inhale. Same leg, same arm. Exhale, and inhale. The other arm can stay out. If you do need a wee bit more balance, the arm can stay there, or you can keep it lifted. So it's all about the balance. This one's quite good because it helps to lengthen the lower back. When you lift the hips up onto the ball, you lengthen the lower back. Let's swap over to the other side now. So I'm on right arm and left leg now. So if you ever feel that your lower back's quite tight, just lying down on your back and raising the hips up, maybe on a few books or something, or a little step, it can really help to release into the lower back again, especially with all that sitting. Exhale as you go back. Almost there.
4,
Last one.
3, 2,
and then take your time coming up. Move feet down first, taking the ball or the pillow or whatever it is that way, and then you're here. And I forgot to show you the other option on the second set for this. So you're kind of tucked in, arms are here. So your bow and arrow, you're thinking about drawing the arm back. I'll show you it first. So you're going back, letting the upper body move. If you feel it too much in the lower back, then just keep the head up, keep the chest up and do it this way instead. Okay, so exhale as you go back. You've got the option of lifting the leg at the same time. And that can be the same leg or it can be the opposite leg, just whatever feels hardest. Go with the hardest one. Again, exhale, inhale, and again, taking your time. If you want to go further again, reach that hand. Further back and then round. Let's swap sides.
Halfway there.
So there. And then back in. So again, you can either just do the arms, so that's me level 1. Level 2, I'm extending the leg. And you can also extend the arm, which I've just done in those two. My brain is much slower than my body today. It's because it's Thursday. Anyone else get that feeling? Out. And then bringing it back in. Well done. A little release for the lower back if you feel you need it. You can cross the legs, have the legs straight, wide, whatever feels quite nice for you. And then we're rolling over. So 2 more exercises before we release off. Oh yeah, you're down here. I can read my writing there. So remember, you want the forearms in contact with the floor, eyes looking down. That just keeps the neck aligned and relaxed. So if you're up here, your neck muscles are going to be strained. So relax them down. Exhale as you lift. So lift and then lower. Think about keeping that forearm parallel and the elbow in line with that shoulder, so it's not creeping forwards and it's not creeping back. Not that it's the wrong exercise, it's just a little bit different, and I'd quite like you just to do this one today. So it's really focusing on posture, strengthen the muscles at the back of the shoulder to help draw the shoulders back, because we're so crouched forward that these muscles get weakened. Do one more for me and then swap it to the other side. Exhale as you lift. That's it, exhale to lift. Try and relax. Are you squeezing your bum? Relax your bum muscles. Exhale to lift. Take your time, almost there.
4, 3,
Last one.
2,
And relax. Well done. Bring it over. For your bridge, remember you've got the ball or the cushion in between the knees, and you've got that option. So your first option is pressing the lower back down, both feet staying on the floor, leading with the pubic bone and using the glutes, using the bum muscles to lift. If you want to go with a single leg, you're still squeezing that ball to get the inner thigh work. So lift and then lower. And again, you can add the arms. So the arms just lift up and stay over the chest. Let's go. Lift up and then down. So when you're here, you've got less in contact with the floor. So the abdominal muscles need to work a wee bit harder. But if you find that you lose all feeling because you're like, oh, balancing, then just retract and go back a level. We never like to go back. We always think doing the hardest option is best for us. But sometimes doing the basics reminds the muscles what they should be doing. One more time for me and then swap it over to the other side. So exhale as you lift. Squeezing that ball in between the knees and the option of the arms being lifted, or you can keep them down onto the floor. Keep that going. Lifting up and then down, lift up and down. Take your time. Exhale, then inhale, exhale and inhale. Perfect. Last couple.
4,
Last one.
3, 2,
And relax. Well done. Take it away. From there, bring your feet and your knees together and just let the knees fall over to one side. Now you want to keep the shoulders in contact with the floor, so keeping them down. Let me just turn this here down a little bit. If it wants to turn down, that is.
ready.
There we go. And then using your abdominal muscles as you exhale, contract the abdominals, moving the knees over to the other side, just to give the back a nice little release, a nice little stretch. And then from there, take your time rolling over, coming onto the hands and the knees. Now you want your knees under your hips, wrists underneath your shoulders, bending the elbows, and then tuck your tailbone downwards, chin toward your chest, and give the back a really nice stretch. And then change direction, so tailbone points up, chest or ribcage pushes down, and the eyes just look in front. Let's do that again. Exhale as you come under, and then inhale as you come through. Once more, exhale.
Halfway there.
And then inhale. Good. And then bring it back to centre. Let's come on to one knee. I want you to just do a little hip flexor move here. So tuck in the tailbone, squeezing through the bum cheeks, and just tuck under. And then whatever leg it is that's behind, the same arm goes up and just reach over to the opposite side. Hold it there. So you're really pushing the hip forward, squeezing this bum cheek, and then just bring the arm back, release, push back, straighten that front leg to stretch into the hamstrings. So fingertips on the floor if you can reach, or you've got one hand on the floor, just try and make sure you're not kind of really lopsided. And then bring that foot in. Let's swap sides. I'll turn just so you can see what I'm doing with my hip here. So really tuck under through there, squeeze this bum cheek, pushing the hip forwards, reach the same arm up and then take it over. Just encourage more stretch through the front of the body. Good. And then back into centre. Leg goes forwards. Oh, tight hamstrings today. Good, and then bring it back round to sit. Let's take inner thighs. So soles of the feet together, let the knees fall out to the side and just sit nice and tall. You should be on your sit bones. So these padded bits, move them out of the way. Rather than kind of tucking under like this, thinking about sitting up tall. It might help to sit on a cushion if you find you've got problems with that. And then just cross the legs over and reach forwards. So you're stretching into the glutes. Bring it back in, whatever leg is in front, swap it over and then come forwards again. Relaxing through the shoulders, relax through the neck. And then just bring it back up. Let's take hands out in front. So you want your fingers, one hand just reach forward. I'll do it kind of side on so you can see. So fingers are level, reach forwards with one and then bring it back in and then reach forwards with the other. This is a really nice stretch for the muscles in between the shoulder blades. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Once more each, exhale. Then inhale, last one, and then bring it back in. Well done. Taking the arms all the way up, big breath in. Exhale as you come round, and then bring the arms in front. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Well done.